think of a farmer, what are you going to think of? Somebody plowing the field, dirty, scrawny. Somebody who has absolutely no idea to be an alchemist. And who will live the rest of his life tilling the soil. But I tell you, he's wise. A wise farmer knows how to read his soil. He knows what he can plant. And he knows exactly what he can plant. If it's on a slope, he's not going to grow rice there, right? It's going to be probably tea. If it's a flat, gloomy soil, in all probability it's going to be potatoes. And if it's nice, watered land, you might even grow rice or wheat. Nice flat plains. He knows exactly what he's going to be harvesting at harvest time because he knows what he has put in his ground. But a wise farmer also makes sure that once he has harvested his land, he has to remove the weeds. Because lo and behold, when you throw your fertilizer around, you're going to be giving as much to the weeds as you are giving to your prized crop. And what do you expect the wise farmer to do? Go to sleep and hope that after 4 months he can go and pluck the fruit from the ground? No. He ensures that he goes out there every couple of days. Make sure that the birds don't eat his crop. The cattle don't accidentally graze through. He protects his investment. And at the right time, when he knows it is time for him to harvest what he has sowed, it is time for him then to go back and start cutting the fruit, plucking the fruit from the trees, or pulling it from the soil if it's potatoes. Now, why am I telling you about a wise farmer? None of you are farmers. I come from a family of farmers. My father is a farmer, so am I, and so is his grandfather before him. The two major rivers that feed the port city of Karachi breeds a whole generation of farmers in our family. But I tell you one thing, it also breeds another, the wise investor. And we too are wise investors, just like we are wise farmers. The Miari River, which feeds Karachi, also feeds the industrial heartland. And in there, we have the wise investors. And they too, like the farmers, know what they are going to be harvesting. The wise investor sees what's available. He knows what to plant and what not to. His hard-earned money, working in different organizations, or the investment money of others, is plucked into his investment. He sits back and he observes and he figures out what exactly I will get X number of years from now. And this is very important because like the farmer, the investor should know what he's going to be harvesting. A lot of us, we plant the seeds of our investment and then go to sleep. We decide to take vacations. We forget what we have harvested. And then the weeds start growing. And what do? We panic. Instead of cutting our weeds, we cut our crops. Instead of plucking out our weeds, we let them grow wild. And when it's harvest time, we tend to harvest not the fruits, but the sorrows. We harvest things like diabetes and heart failures. We harvest kidney problems and some of us falling heads. We do harvest a lot of other problems that we didn't plant and we didn't plan on getting. And just like the wise farmer knows when is the right time to pick the crop from the field, we too as investors should know when is the time our harvest has turned into gold and we have become the alchemists. We should know that this is the time I must take out my investment and move it into something else. A lot of times we buy shares of the best organization. It was the best at that time. It rises and we are proud and we are gloating about it. And we keep saying, Enron is peaked. Morgan Stanley has peaked and we never sell them. And when they go bankrupt, we cry over spilled milk. Do you think the farmer lets his crops ripen on the tree and says, what a beautiful crop out there, I'm proud of it. Let me take a couple of pictures and post on Facebook. No, he knows it's time for him to pluck it, take it to the market, sell it, and buy seeds for next year's harvest. Friends, we all are farmers. We might not be tilling the soil, but we have come to this country to dig for oil. There's no farming in here, so we have to dig for oil. That's what this country gives us. We have to take our wise investment and invest it in the right places. And we have to understand what are the weeds in our life. We tend to focus so much on the weeds, we don't see our crop. We tend to harvest our weeds and not our crops. So in conclusion, I ask each and every one of you, do you know what you have planted? Do you know where you have planted it? Do you know which are the weeds around your prized harvest? And most important, do you know when it is time to harvest it and go home? With this, my fellow Toastmasters, let me go back and check on my harvest right now.